All right, let's check out Westbrook's shot attempts against the Warriors last night. He shot 3 for 9. The preseason hasn't been great for him. This was that one play everybody was talking about. Another victim of the rules. And, I mean, this right here was kind of the fear everybody has with this Lakers team, even if I think most people still have them going to the finals. It's like AD dives off of LeBron, defense loads up inside, leaves Westbrook open, and pretty much see if he can beat you. He can attack a closeout and all that. Anyway, AD on the elbow, another one, leaving Westbrook wide open. Teams are going to play the percentages on you. These types of shots we also don't love, just the pull-ups from Westbrook. We got it to AD early there, little give and go. That's a good shot, didn't go in. And if we look at the Suns game, he also shot 3 for 12 in this one, but we'll just look at some of the turnovers. He had 9 in this one. He's going in for a post-up on Bridges. And then we had Crowder, who came over to him and just got in the passing lane, and that was it for Russ. We have him playing off the ball. He gets it from Wayne Ellington. It was an interesting initial play from Frank Vogel. You know, you see like AD set in this screen. We've got Ellington moving. There could be some potential there, but this is not the desired result, of course. You'd think that the idea is that Westbrook uses the AD screen and then keeps going to his right, which can then force JaVale to either have to step up, which is maybe a switch for AD or something, you know? But instead, Russ, he stops it all and he goes into the middle of traffic. That's just not what you want. Let me just establish this. I still have the Lakers going to the finals. I think they're going to figure this stuff out. Westbrook will be better, but I think it's also fair to just acknowledge what has happened so far in the preseason for them. Kyrie will not be offered an extension. For half a second, I thought about doing another video, but I really didn't want to do a third Kyrie video in such a short amount of time. As for what happens with this, I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's going to take a lot for the Nets to get back on the other side of this and want to keep Kyrie around, but I mean, he's got the player option coming up, so he could just decline that, and the Kyrie saga will go on somewhere else, which once again opens up the possibility of a trade. And again, I have no idea what a Kyrie Irving trade looks like given the circumstances. It also puts the James Harden extension into question. Klay Thompson in the name of his boat, the Nordic Knife or Splash Express. Why would you name your boat after a weapon? It's not a weapon, it's just the way she rides. You know what, Klay? I get it 100%, man. Klay Thompson is just doing life better than all of us. The guy's walking under scaffolding, being interviewed by news outlets. He's boating. He's got another thing about journaling. And then he drops 60 points on 2 dribbles. Granted, he also hasn't played in the last 2 years, and there's a fear with 2 significant lower body injuries, he's not the same guy, but that doesn't matter. Goran Dragic on Scotty Barnes, I think he's ready. He can defend, great decision making. Yeah, man, everybody freaked out when the Raptors picked him, and so far, it looks good. I mean, the defense, I've already gone over a bit of his passing. That pass that he made out of the post to Anunoby, that was awesome. And he just seems to already have that Iguodala type thing where he can rack up assists without being the primary ball handler, just making split-second reads and all that. I mean, we'll see how much of the offense he's running with the Raptors. I mean, they still got Siakam. Granted, he's going to miss a decent chunk of the beginning of the year. And Anunoby's going to have more ball handling opportunities. You still got Van Vliet, Dragic. But yeah, Barnes, he can make plays now. Imagine if Dirk had the sky hook to go with his one-legged fadeaway. So we have Dirk and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in a backyard. What in the hell is this? This is like a fever dream or something. Wasn't there that one 2K where they clearly mixed up Dirk's hook shot and fadeaway? Because his hook shot was like 99 and his fadeaway was like 75. And it's like, wait, what? Brook Lopez imitates Bam's flop by falling down at the free throw line. Brook, you can't be falling down, man. You're like 7 feet tall. You're like 33, 260 probably. You're also like kind of the only center the Bucks have. I mean, besides they go to Giannis and Porta sometimes, but don't do this. They need you. Jason Tatum, I have to elevate my level from being one of the top 10 to 15 to a top 5. Yeah, I would enjoy that very much. Look, man, with Tatum, he still has to be a little more sure of himself going to the basket because he still has those moments where he pulls up too early or He's a little too evasive around the rim. He's gotten better, but he's not really where he needs to be yet. The passing still needs to get better. And he could maybe have like a little bit more of improvement with his ball handling. I mean, he can get by guys and he can do that, but there are some times where if you throw enough attention at him, he might get a little overwhelmed with his handle. And we've got another Jordan Poole play. In and out blow by dunk. What did he have last night? When I checked, he had like 16, 17 points. I will admit, I didn't get a chance to really watch this game. Anyway, in and out dribble. Got the dude leaning. Shout out to Chris Smoove. There you go. Melo grabs the rebound. This is where we're at in NBA content. Besides Ben Simmons and Kyrie, it's guys grabbing rebounds. The like 9th most important subplot of the Lakers is this right here. Melo and his get the F out of here rebounds versus Westbrook trying to grab every rebound. Versus LeBron trying to grab it. Somebody's going to lose. I don't know who it is. All right, we'll end it on this. Ayton is disappointed that he and the Suns have not been able to agree to a deal. Yeah, so when I first talked about this, I was a little dismissive of it, mainly because I was only thinking about it from the perspective of DeAndre Ayton will just eventually get a new contract with Phoenix. But then I'm like, well, wait a minute. That's like, doesn't send a good message to the player and to the team, you know, when it's like, for the sake of saving a couple bucks, you might risk, you know, the relationship, and that can't be good. And look, man, they've got until October 18th. That's the deadline for rookie extensions. And they better do it because, I mean, why not? Like, again, do you really want to save a couple bucks potentially on your salary cap by pushing this all the way to restricted free agency and send a message to Ayton that you just don't look at him like you would Booker or CP or the way the Nuggets look at Michael Porter Jr., you know? There's no upside to this. And it's the same thing with Mikal Bridges. I mean, I don't want to give it all away now. I'd rather wait and see if they actually give him the contracts or not. But I will say, with Ayton, they're probably going to match no matter what. With Bridges, I don't know, man. I could picture somebody giving an offer to Bridges, and the Suns are like, ooh, I don't know if we can do that. And by the Suns, I mean Robert Sarver, by the way.